I'm building a big ass rocket motor. It'll be 54 millimeters in diameter. It'll be a big K, little L motor. Uses over 2.5 pounds of sugar fuel. This will be the biggest motor I've ever built. It's pretty exciting. We're going from this to this. Been building sugar motors for about 12 years. I started with small little PVC dry pack motors with kitty litter nozzles and bulkheads, and I've moved on to commercial hardware and nozzles and actually melting and casting grains the proper way. When I first started researching experimental rocketry, I came across Richard Nakka's site, link below. A wealth of knowledge that man has put together for several years, and his formulas work. They work great, and kind of the inspiration of me getting back into rocketry. I obtained my Tripoli Rocketry L2 certification in 2023, and I've been flying mostly sugar motors since then. They're cheaper. They're not as effective as a commercial motor, but they're cheaper and a little more customizable. Sugar fuel has many variants. I've made some from sucrose, which is normal table sugar that you use in your coffee for baking and to satisfy your sweet tooth. Sucrose is excellent fuel. There are some downfalls to it. It requires to be heated to a pretty elevated temperature to melt and turn into a pourable liquid. That temperature is also very close to its decomposition temperature, so it starts to caramelize, which is something we don't want. And it's hygroscopic, which means it likes to absorb water as it rests, so you have to take measures to keep the water out while you're storing the fuels and letting them cure. The motor I'm making uses sorbitol. Sorbitol is an alcohol sugar. It's an artificial sweetener that's used in all kinds of things. Has many advantages over sucrose. It's got a lower melting point. It's a little bit easier to pour, and it's not hygroscopic. It's less hygroscopic than sucrose, so we can be a little more lenient on how we store the fuel grains once they're cured. Don't eat this stuff. It will cause you some extreme discomfort. It's a very concentrated sugar that will put you in the bathroom for a while if you take a spoonful of it. So let's talk about the fire triangle for a while. Sugar is the fuel. As many of you know, there's two other points to the fire triangle. There's oxidizer and heat. We're going to cover heat on a later episode, and that's to deal with ignition of the motor itself. But the oxidizer we use is a potassium nitrate, saltpeter. It's been used throughout history for many different things, including gunpowder, curing meats, toothpaste, fertilizer, and stump killer. The propellant is made by mixing a specific ratio of the sorbitol, potassium nitrate, heating that to suspend the potassium nitrate into the sugar mixture, and then that is poured into grains for propellant slugs. In the following videos, we're going to show you the process of how we design this motor, how we design the molds, and how we pour and cast and cook this sugar fuel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Fly safe and aim high.